As I explained to you, the gravity machine, this is an example of it, has the thermistor here and there and the thermocouple here and there, and measures the temperature difference between here and there. And these values are collected by my data collecting system, and every half an hour, day in, day out, and finally we make curves out of this data which look like this. Here, for instance, we have the data covering a period of about 1 month. On the left side you see the temperature difference between top and bottom, the blue line here, and you see it jumps up and down quite a bit. And on the bottom here is a right scale, shows the thermistor, the absolute temperatures. We are really interested in these. And the surviving thing, the amazing thing is that even your room or our laboratory has a temperature difference of cold at the bottom and warm at the top. The measurement inside, here inside my gravity machine, show a temperature gradient in the opposite direction. It shows cold at the top and warm at the bottom, opposite to what it is on the surrounding. Of course, we insulate it very well so that the surrounding, and it has to be insulated very well, that the surrounding temperatures do not affect very much the inside temperature. The inside temperature are created by the influence of gravity, of the gravity field. The Earth accelerates all the molecules, like if we have water in here or if we have air in here. It accelerates these molecules which are dancing up and down on the way down, and they decelerate when they move up again. And speed of molecules responds to temperature. It's a measurement for temperature. So up here, gravity enforces the fact that the temperature of the molecules is lower, they move slower, therefore it's colder up here, and here in the bottom, when they get down, they get faster, 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 they move faster when they're down here, which means the temperature is higher down there. Just opposite, which is outside of this gravity machine, the insulation of the gravity machine, and that is the amazing thing which we found. And this is opposite to the second law, because the second law says all temperatures in a closed system equalize. Closed system means there's no input or output of energy through the walls of this closed system, like this room here, and no material coming in or coming out. And then all temperatures should be equalized. If I get a cup of hot tea and put it in the room here, the room has maybe 20 centigrade and the tea has maybe 40, and I wait for an hour or 2 or 3, then slowly the temperature in the tea will fall and equalize to the room temperature. And if I look again tomorrow morning, it will have the same temperature. That is what we find, that is what we teach, and that is correct. The second law equalizes temperature. And the second law also says, if you have a big bath of energy, for instance an ocean, all the same temperature, you cannot use the energy which is inherent in the temperature of the ocean to lift a weight, for instance, or to drive a ship across it. That is not possible. You have to add energy in order to move a ship across a big, big sea of energy, like the ocean. And my experiments show, not theory, my experiments show, yes, you can create heat, you can create energy, you can create electricity out of a heat bath like the ocean without adding any outside energy. That is the amazing thing. And if we make averages of these temperatures, these are the temperatures measured every half an hour for about 1 month, December of this year, and the blue line, they wiggle between plus 0.1 up here and minus 0.8. This is K per meter, degree C per meter of height. Here they are about 20 centimeter high, my inner axle. If we average these values, we come to these curves, which again shows the same time period of December of this year, and it shows that the average value started at a 0.1, minus 0.1 up here, fell down to minus 0.7, 0.7 down here, and then slowly went up and equalizes more and more because it is the average now of all the data through December, and ends up here at, look here, at minus 0.3. And minus 0.3 is exactly the value, minus 0.3 K per meter, which I calculate. I can calculate the temperature difference which we create, which gravity creates in this gravity machine. We also have a possibility to turn this very well insulated inner axle of a gravity machine, for instance insulated by a number of thermo bottles which we put around this and another one, so that the temperature which we have in the room does not affect too much the temperature which we want to measure here. And if we do that and we turn this on its head, then we find that when here the top was cold, the bottom was warm, and now we turn it on its head and wait a day, then again we turn it on its head with the insulation around it, like in this box, then we find again it turned around the gradient, we have now again cold here and warm down there. And that we can use to create electricity. We do that, even the thermocouple of course creates already electricity, very little, so we put in Peltier elements and we get much more energy, electricity. Only the amount is still very small because our inner axle is very small. We have only a height of 20 centimeter. So we get, and we have a 0.3 liter motor, you can call this. So we cannot expect a lot of energy coming out. It's 10 to the minus 7th kilowatt hours, which we get day in, day out, without adding any energy. And that is a surprising thing which nobody believes me. My old friends, who lived with me through those 15 years, they do, but the professors who are the specialists who are teaching thermodynamics, they say, if they listen maybe for 5 minutes and they say, well, it's very interesting what you say. We cannot say anything against your experimental results. We cannot say anything against your calculation, but we know they must be wrong with your results, because the second law says this is not possible. Therefore, we are not going to measure it. We cannot give this task to a student who's working on his thesis, or he wants to become a doctor of physics, because we know it's wrong and we can't give him as a task, an impossible task which we know is wrong. Therefore we're not going to measure it. And that's what I want. That's why I need your help. Please talk to your assistant. Maybe you can convince your assistant that it's real. You can do that by looking at my website. Let me look, my website. firstgravitymachine.com. There you can find the information in a much more detailed way, which I try to convey to you. Or even much better, try to get a copy of my book. Look it up in the internet, under Amazon. You can purchase it through Amazon. It costs, I believe, about 25 euros. If you send me 19 euros, then I will send you a book somewhat cheaper, and there on over 300 pages. You will find all the information necessary to find and understand the theory, and all information necessary to build your own gravity machine. So try to purchase that. And visit with me. Visit with me in the Black Forest, and I will show you around in my laboratory. It's located in southern Germany, near St. Georgen, in the beautiful Black Forest area. The second law statements, the major statements, are wrong. They have to be restated, and we can enlarge these gravity machines to big machines with great heights. We can install them, for instance, in the stop.